listen, Donald Trump is obnoxious. He says all sorts of things that are like extremely divisive and unpopular, but he says them with his chest and he's like, you know, captures attention. And I think that's part of it, too, is being less obsessed with like, well, this polls this way and this polls that way. And we're like, no, here's what we believe in. Here's our agenda. Here's what we're going to fight for. And if it's controversial, like, let's fight about it and invite the argument on things like this, you know, the example of the healthcare CEO getting murdered and having this debate about healthcare now in its wake where people are very uncomfortable. Oh, my God, but you're saying this in the wake of this murder is a perfect example. Like, that's exactly the kind of argument. I'm not saying that I'm not advocating for vigilante justice here, just to be clear, but we should lean into divisive issues when they force a debate about delivering for working class people. You saw a little tiny bit of this, to use a less fraught example, during Kamala's campaign when she announced this policy on price gouging. And there was this whole media melt, oh my God, price controls and socialism and communism, whatever. That was a great debate to have. But Democrats are so afraid of having anything be like controversial and divisive, she immediately runs away from it. It also serves her interest and her brother-in-law Tony West's interest to run away from anything that might rein in corporate power. But, you know, those fights are things that they need to lean into and be unafraid of and, you know, say like a real program with their chest and fight for it.
Yeah, if Kamala had said, if she, you know, she has a history of embracing kind of populist policies opportunistically and then not being willing to defend
running
them,
away from them.
Right?
Yeah.
So she embraced Medicare for All in 2020. And then instead of this time saying like, okay, here's why I support Medicare for All, she literally like just put out, her campaign spokesperson just put out, no, she no longer supports that. Oh, she no longer supports a job guarantee.
That's right.
And it's like, okay, well, why don't you on the price gouging thing, instead of backing down on it, say, I care about the cost of groceries. I recognize that the Biden administration, that we haven't in fact brought down the cost of groceries, but we're going to fix that. Why don't you say that?